Hey guys, this is Deanna's American Girl Doll Stuff, and today, sorry, I have an itchy nose. Today I am going to be talking about something different. I'm not going to be talking about doll stuff, I'm going to be talking about my disability. So, as most of you probably do not know, I have a disability called cerebral palsy. And the way that it's sorry, I got distracted. I mentioned it in a previous video, but the way that cerebral palsy affects me is that it affects my legs, and it makes the muscles in my legs a lot tenser than, say, an average person's. And because my muscles are so tense, it affects the way that I walk. I have a very uneven gait. When I walk, I end up swaying from side to side, and to help me walk, I end up using my forearm crutches. And the way that they work is that I put my arm through the cuff, I grab onto the handle, and then I just move my crutches in front of me before I walk. So it's basically just a extra set of legs. And I also kind of use them as extensions to my arms as well, because I'm short.
What she means is she hits people with them.
That is true. But what I originally meant was... Hush! What I originally meant when I said I use them as extensions of my arms is that if something's on a high shelf that I can't reach, if it's not glass and not breakable, like, say, a bag of chips, if it's only a bag of chips, I'll hook my cane behind it and kind of scoot it forward until it falls. And sometimes my canes fall too. Also, the way that cerebral palsy affects my legs is that my legs and my muscles, I should say, is that it affects how easily I get tired. I tire out a lot easier than most. Also, cold affects my muscles a lot more. Remember how I said my muscles get really tense? Cold makes it 10 times worse. I remember one time my fiance and I were in Chicago in November, I think it was 2021, and it got so cold when we were trying to get back to the transport that would take us back home that I literally could not move. Thankfully, I have a wheelchair. You can probably see the handle right here. And whenever why'd you move?
Because.
Whenever my fiance would take me out for like a walk around the block, or if we would go to Chicago, I use the wheelchair instead of my crutches because then I can go at my fiance's pace and she doesn't have to slow down to keep up to no, I shouldn't say keep up with me. She doesn't have to slow down to be able to have let me keep up with her. Also, when it's cold out, I not only use the wheelchair, but if it gets like 60 degrees or below, wait, no, like 70 degrees or below, I usually end up bundling up pretty well. Like this winter, even if it wasn't very cold outside, I would be in a hat, well, be in a coat, scarf, gloves, and a hat. And also, even if it's not very cold outside, my, if I'm if we're going like on a walk around the block or to a specific restaurant, my fiance usually ends up taking a blanket because I usually end up getting cold. However, the wheelchair that I have is what's referred to as a transfer wheelchair. And what that basically means is that the wheels on the wheelchair are very small. They aren't like the wheels that a person can propel themselves. So I have to have someone else push my wheelchair, and I can't like push it myself. And as you can see, when it's not in use, my wheelchair is used as a second desk chair because I'm the only one who has the actual desk chair. My fiance uses the wheelchair as a desk chair. And honestly, if I'm walking just like next door or something, I'll use my canes or my crutches. I've called them canes since I was 12. But I don't really use them that often, especially not around the house because I just hold on to walls if I need to hold on to something. There's a lot of fingerprints on the walls, all of it made by me. And of course, whether I hold onto a wall, use my crutches, I actually no, I don't usually fall when I'm in my wheelchair because I'm sitting down. But if I use my crutches or hold on to the wall, there's still a chance that I'll fall. Because, as I've said to myself many times, falling is just part of the territory when it comes to having cerebral palsy. And I'm one of the lucky ones with cerebral palsy who can actually walk. I've known people who have cerebral palsy who are confined to a wheelchair. However, my fiance and I live in an apartment that has no apartments on the first floor. So we live on the second floor.
And we had an elevator. Past tense.
The elevator no longer works. It's very old. And getting up and down the stairs is a very big struggle for me, especially since there's a flight and a half of stairs to travel from the first floor to the second floor.
Very nearly actually 2 flights.
Thankful,
The equivalent of.
thankfully, I do not live on the third or fourth floor of this apartment
That
building.
would be pain. Pain incarnate. Even more so than now.
Thankfully, we will be hopefully moving within the next few months, whenever that may be. Oh yeah, and I forgot. I don't usually use my crutches to help me walk unless uh, to help me walk around the apartment, let me specify, unless I'm really hurt. Like if my feet are um asleep or my legs are asleep, I'll use my crutches to lean on. Or if my ankles hurt, I think that's happened once before, I'll use my crutches to get around the apartment. Also, when it comes to my disability, walking isn't my only issue. While walking and getting tired aren't my only issues. My other issue, well, kind of goes along with getting tired easily. I can't stand up for very long because, of course, I get tired easy. So, I actually have a shower seat in the shower, and I have a shower head that I can hold, which gives me more control over where the water goes. I mean, nothing else in the bathroom is really different besides the shower seat and the shower head. And thankfully, this apartment actually has a walk-in shower, so I don't have to struggle with trying to get over ledge of a tub. Um, Along with the bathroom, there is a bar stool in the kitchen that I use when I'm cooking. And this bar stool has the bar stool that I have has a back to it, because if I sit on a bar stool that doesn't have a back to it, or if I sit on any seat that doesn't have a back to it, I feel like I'm gonna fall backwards.
Don't mind her looking off to the side. She's just looking at the script she made.
This is true.
One of the only times she actually has a script for a video.
You hush.
No, I will refuse to be silent.
Although, I do really enjoy cooking, although I haven't really done much of it recently. But one thing that I absolutely will not do, and have my fiance do pretty much the entire time, well, all the time that I ask, is I will not cook bacon because I'm scared of the grease splatter. Of course, I was scared of cooking before I actually learned how to cook because I thought I was going to burn myself on the stove, but that hasn't happened. At least, it's only happened like once or twice when I first started cooking. But cooking bacon because of the grease splatter and putting things in and taking things out of the oven, I will not do. The oven is because I would have to bend over to get food into and out of the oven and I don't want to fall over, it wouldn't be as big of a deal putting things in. But taking things out, I can only imagine if I fell over, I would get burned.
It's gonna be like the witch in the instant griddle story. You're just gonna fall right into the oven and bake yourself.
And I think this is the final thing that I do to make living in my apartment easier for me is that I end up sleeping on the side of the bed that's closer to the bathroom because then I don't have to worry about getting around the bed and and trying to squeeze between the bed and the dresser to get to the bathroom. I just have to swing my legs over, get up, and go straight to the bathroom. So I think that's all the ways that my disability has affected me and the changes that I've had to make to my apartment to actually be able to function in my apartment. So I hope you guys find this video to be informative. And I think I will be posting videos either every Sunday and Monday or every other Sunday and Monday pertaining to my disability and how it affects my daily life. And when I go to Chicago, I might make 2 videos. One of the actual American Girl doll store, and one of how I do getting around Chicago. Especially since this will be my first time and actually staying in Chicago for more than one day. Well, this has been Deanna's American Girl Doll Stuff. I really hope you like this new video idea that I came up with. And please let me know how I did, if you like it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!